Weird.
It says the live has been deleted on Facebook. Try creating a new one. So it's not going to show up on Verona Ghost. It'll show up on the other side of normal and the YouTube page.
I don't know what I'm supposed to do.
Just put a message that's share the event from the other side of normal and say
Oh, okay.
to go to the other side of normal. I don't know what's happening, but I've never seen that before. It says the stream was deleted on Facebook. Try creating a new stream or just remove the destination from the stream and then re-add it. Well, wait a minute. Let me see if I can remove it. Let me see if I can re-add it. Remove this stream. Save channels. Edit. Saving. It's attempting. Okay, it looks like it's on there. So let me double check. Hi, Donna. We're having technical difficulties.
As usual.
And not as usual. How rude. So the other side of normal is live. It does not show Veragos is live. Yes, it does. Okay, we're good. We're good. All right. Sorry about that. Quick scare. I don't know what happened, but it says it was deleted from Veronica, so we're good. We're on all the platforms again. So, everybody, welcome to the other side of normal Tuesday edition. Day 3 this week. Wow. And tonight we have Emily White. She is a paranormal investigator and an empath medium. She's from West Virginia, and I'll let her tell you more about herself. Emily, take it away and welcome.
Thank you. Well, as you said, my name's Emily. I've investigated a bunch of locations. I've been experiencing paranormal since I want to say I was 8 years old. The very first paranormal experience I ever had was I was 8 years old. I didn't go to my grandfather's funeral because he died when I just turned 4. And I went up to my mom and described everything he was wearing at his funeral, clear down to the tie clip. And they never talked, they never said anything. And for the longest time, my mom thought I was full of crap. So when we were living with my grandmother, we decided to have a paranormal team come over because we were having a bunch of activity. And and they captured a hand coming out of my closet, which I saw, which was a skeleton hand that reached out and went like this. And they captured it because they were taking photos on like continuously. And they captured the hand with the robe coming down.
Hmm.
Then they captured what sounded like two people arguing, and everyone was quiet in there. Then we went down to the basement. They saw shadow figures all over. Everyone did, dashing and everything. I got extremely sick and I had a headache and everything. So I went back upstairs and the paranormal investigator let my mom hold the machine in her hand and he asked, "Can you take this down to 50 degrees?" And it did. "Can you take this down to 40?" It just kept on going. And then it dropped it to 0. And it was 68 in the basement at the time.
Wow.
And she came up shivering, like goosebumps, full goosebumps, everything. And then mid investigation, one of them got scratched and one of them got bit. And they stopped the investigation and then resumed it. And then when I was 16, my grandmother, my dad's mom, bought me, my mom, and my dad tickets to go to the lunatic asylum for my 16th birthday. So we were in Lily's room. My Me and my dad were standing next to the door. My mom was sitting in a metal chair against the wall, and something came up and grabbed her butt, and no one was around. So it scared her. She still remembers it.
Oh yeah.
And we went upstairs to the alcoholics ward. Well, here we are. We're seeing shadows dashing in and out, in and out, in and out of all the rooms. And then, funny story is, we had the digital recorder, and one of the questions that my dad asked jokingly, "Oh, can you describe what you did in here?" And then we played it back, and it said potato. So, and the funny thing is, we were in the the kitchen,
Mm.
and then me and my mom and my two best friends, we worked at the haunted house for my senior project at the time. And daylight, we were helping clean up, helping them just do everything in the tuberculosis ward. And a book flew straight at me, pure daylight, ran down the stairs, and I did not go back up there. I worked on the other side, and
That's
then,
enough of that, huh?
yeah, but try to go to a haunted place for my birthday every year. We went to Penhurst this past, and we were in the basement of the Mayflower building. So here me and my mom are. We're in what looked like a old either post office room or a office building or office room, and we asked, can you make yourself known? And in the we heard a hiss that sounded like a cat hiss. We turned around, no one was there. We looked at each other, never went back to that room. Went to a old classroom and asked just basic, what did you teach in here? What all happened and everything. And then we got get out.
Hmm.
So, which was very, very, I can't wait to go back. So it's got me hooked there. Then
You have a
into
do you have a favorite place that you go?
the lunatic asylum.
Yeah. We have not been there yet.
Oh, you gotta
It's on
go
our list, but we have not been.
every year for my birthday. We try to, and we would bring Subway to eat because we do the overnight, and then so I can give them to everyone, we bring cupcakes.
Yeah, we met
And
some of them guys. We went to the Sutton Hot Fest that I told you about, and they were there, and so we met some of them guys there and was talking to them. So it's definitely a place that we want to really plan on going to next year. I don't know if we get to it because our list is growing every day, but that's definitely a place that we have to go to.
I recommend it 1,000%. And this year I found out I had a family member who was admitted there.
Mm.
And then my grandmother, my mom's mom, she did her clinicals there, her nursing clinicals. And she
Well,
said
that's a
when
lot
she
of
would
history.
walk in, she would hear people screaming, doors were locked. She looked through the door, like how they have the window there, and they would be chained or tied down onto a mattress, a diaper. There would be you could smell the urine and feces. She said whenever she would leave, she almost cried.
Oh, I'm sure. I'm
And
sure.
it always, she just told me that if, because didn't believe in the paranormal. So she said if there was one place that would be haunted, it would be that one.
Yeah.
And then my grandmother, she was getting sick and everything. And I told my mom after I saw this cowboy figure, my nan, which is her mom, I'm telling you, she has cancer. Went to the doctor, found out she did. I said, she's not gonna last more than 6 months. I said, September, no, it was August 30th that she passed, and I said it would be less than 6 months, exactly 6 months. So August 30th, she passed.
Sorry to hear that. That's terrible.
And
Wow.
I saw my great grandpa at the bottom of her bed.
Somebody shut that door.
Yeah.
And I didn't know my great grandpa. He died before I was born, and turns out that my grandma was his favorite child. And so the
Wow.
closer he got to her bed, the more it would progress. And then as soon as he got to the top of her bed, that's when she passed.
Wow. That's really interesting. That's real.
And
So we have some people on that may not truly understand what an empath is or what a medium is. Would you explain that to them a little bit?
yes, of course. Empath is someone who can feel like the energy, and a medium is someone who can predict stuff, like a psychic. And lucky enough, somehow I'm both. But if you ever get the chance, honestly, empath is so common that if you feel like your gut, if you go into a haunted place and you feel something and you just get that overwhelmed sensation of what happened there, and you just feel the energy, it's most likely you're just feeling the energy and just the what all happened. It's very interesting. I'm still trying to figure it out.
Yeah. So Deborah is also an empath, and sometimes she walks into a building or a room, but it could be just walking into the building. She gets sea legs sometimes, and she's very off kilter. She's got to adjust to the building.
Yep.
I've had this thing where been going into buildings, and all of a sudden I feel like I'm going to be sick, and I have to leave and get myself back together and come back in. Um, so we both deal with that uh, at some point, and it's not always negative like that. Um, Deborah is really good at reading a room anyway. She can read a room like nobody's business, but sometimes you get the negative feeling from it, and sometimes you get just the vibes of what has gone on in that room, and it's kind of hit or miss. It's whatever
Yeah.
they want you to know or whatever they want you to feel.
And I'll do another example. We were at Moundsville and where R.D. Wall got killed. We walked down in there and I got extremely, extremely sick. I got nauseous, an extreme headache, and I had to get out of there. And I went outside to get some air and then I puked.
Mm,
It was such strong energy, and it was like something was telling me to leave, to get out of there.
that's interesting. Yeah, I've had probably the last 3 or 4 investigations that we've gone to places that I've never been before. I've been very nauseous. One I left the house for a little bit, went back in, went upstairs, and we was in this room investigating. And I'm too damn big to get up and down off the floor, but I sat on the floor, just feeling terrible for as long as I could take it. I couldn't take it no more. I'm like, we've got to go. And when we left, we drove 5 minutes to our hotel, and I just stood outside and dry heaved for about 10 minutes. It was horrible, and I just whatever it was did not want me in there.
Yeah, it's something, all right. Those they can tell you either you need to be in there or you don't need to be in there.
Yep. Hi, Danica. How are you? Thank you so much, Danica. We love you guys too, and I'm sure you guys will be on tonight live about the time I'm done. So I'll check you out. So Deborah says, I know Nacho. He has the trait of mediumship because the dead will often communicate with him to the point where he has to turn it off and shut them down. And up until maybe a month ago, I had no clue as how to turn it off and shut them down. And I'm still learning that um, whole thing. I talked to a guy named Scotty the Medium, and as well as other mediums at this fest we were at. And he was very good at describing to me how I should learn to shut myself down. And he just said, imagine you yourself as a store, as an old time store in a village, and the door is locked and you have the close sign up. He said, if you want them to come in, turn the close sign around and see yourself unlocking the door, and that allows them to come in. Or if you want them to come in more, maybe open the door a little bit and let them come in, or open the door all the way and let them come in. And if you want to start shutting it down, do the exact opposite and start closing that door. Um, but it's definitely a learning process, and I've depended on a lot of people to help me out. And there's another young lady here in our town that we met at the same fest, and she lives a few miles from us, and she has offered to also help me out. So it's a good community, and people are willing to help. And yes, I had a guy. I There was a whole thing that the lady across the street I'd never met before. I was talking to her, and she was upset, and I was consoling her. And I'm not a I'm not a touchy, huggy type of person. I keep to myself, and I don't like to be touched, and I don't touch other people. But I was sitting there holding her hand and talking to her, and she started telling me about her son, Tony. And I looked at her and I said, stop calling me Tony, you call me Anthony. And she said, what? And I'm like, that wasn't me. And so the whole he talked right through me to her for to her daughter for 2 hours, and I was blown away by it. But then for weeks after that, he would wake me up in the middle of the night, hey, 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 and I'm like, no, no, you don't have the right to just bust in on me while I'm sleeping. There's got to be some type of barriers here. So I didn't really know what to do with it, and so now I'm slowly learning. But by putting up a barrier, that definitely helped me. But I didn't know that. But I mean, it's been some wild stuff for sure. And
Sounds
I
like it
will be the
has.
last one to tell you that I'm a medium. I may have a few things here and there, but I am by no means a true medium that's got things under control. I might have some abilities that come through here and there, but I've got a lot to learn, and I'm not. I will not proclaim myself as a medium.
Yeah, I don't think I think it's everything is a learning experience. You just got to go with the flow.
Yeah, and finding people that will help. You know, I mean, you don't know what you don't know.
Very true.
Really? Yeah, it's interesting. I don't know. I don't know a lot enough about it.
So why didn't she tell you something?
Oh. So how did you realize that you were sensitive, and that you could do all this? It just started coming to you.
Yeah, when I was about 7 or 8, and then it just got progressively stronger as the years went on. And then when we had that paranormal team come, the lead investigator is the same way. And he was like, "You have a gift."
Yeah, I agree with that. I think that it kind of sneaks up on you.
Especially when you're
Um,
least expecting it.
yeah, he just sneaks up on you for sure. So, as a paranormal investigator, do you use any type of equipment? Oh, look, I'm Emily's mom. Hi, mom. Do you use any type of equipment?
Um, I use a digital recorder, and then I don't know if my stuff counts as equipment, but that's about it.
Okay. So what I didn't tell you when I was talking to you is you probably see all my dolls around me.
Yeah,
Um, they each one of them has a cat ball, and they are known to light their cat balls off when they feel like it, only when they feel like it. But this is Peggy, this is Molly, this is James, this is Samantha, this is Luann, this is Tommy, and this is Baby. Sometimes they're very active on podcasts, and sometimes they're not very active during podcasts. Last night, over 2 hours and not one cat ball. I was cleaning up and packing things up for the night, and as I came back in the room, James had his cat ball going, and I grabbed my camera and took a video of it and caught the last 2 seconds of him flashing his light at me. But they are very much their own people and do as they please. Um, but you
yeah.
guys are welcome to light your lights at any time if you feel like it. I thought I just saw his out of the corner of my eye, but I think it was a reflection from the microphone in my glasses.
But I
Um,
did use a cat ball at Penhurst, not Penhurst, but Moundsville in Red Snyder's cell. It didn't work, but you did get the vibes that's like, you don't belong in here, get out.
yeah, I don't know that spirits really know how to interact with our equipment. Sometimes it's luck, and some of them know how to interact with it, but I think that more often than not, it's luck more than anything else. Catching an EVP is less luck than anything. I think they speak to you on purpose, but when it comes to everything else, it's just maybe, maybe not, right?
Yeah.
Which is why we have so much equipment. We put it all out and see what somebody's going to mess with.
Yeah, that's I know at Moundsville, I mean, this isn't paranormal related, but there's little ducks that glow in the dark all over Moundsville from the last time I was there.
Oh yeah.
Uh, so if anyone uh, goes there and they see a little duck, just collect them.
We'll look for them. We'll be there next week. We will definitely look for them. Deborah, remember to look for ducks at Moundsville. I'll forget. She'll remember. Here, I'll write it down. Let's see. What's going on? My pen stopped writing. Ducks at Moundsville. So, have you ever had something happen that you were frightened and you were like, "Nope, I'm done. I'm out of here."
Which time?
More than once.
Uh, it was at I was living with me and my mom and dad were living with my grandma, my mom's mom at the time. And when I saw the skeleton hand come out of my room, I'll come out of my closet and go like this to me. I slept on the couch for 2 weeks.
Oh, I'll bet.
It
So,
I still remember it like it was yesterday. It's something you will never forget.
so Cindy from the Ross house wants to know if those ducks are located in the prison.
Yes, they are located everywhere. You just got to look really close. They're in the cells, they're outside, they're everywhere.
So if you don't know, the Ross house is very close to Moundsville. It's just right up the street in Bel Air, probably 7 to 10 minutes away. And if you have not been to the Ross house, highly, highly recommend it.
I've never even heard of it.
Check it out. The house is absolutely beautiful. Cindy keeps it immaculate. She's always fixing something, updating something. It's one of the nicest haunted locations you'll ever stay in. 6 miles, she said. Yeah, 6 miles from the prison.
I'll have to look it up.
So give her a look up and shout out because we've been there. I think we've been there 4 times. We absolutely love
Do
it.
you get a lot of evidence there?
There's so our team. We've had we've had decent evidence, but all of our friends come back with and that's why we keep going. All of our friends come back with all this evidence. My sister Donna, who's on here, goes with us, and she said it's her that is causing us not to get as much evidence as we would like. It's not her fault, but that's what she says. But I highly recommend it. It's a beautiful place, and like I said, everybody I know goes there, and they get crazy evidence. We've gotten evidence, and we've never left disappointed. I'll tell you that.
And another place, I mean, it's just a small paranormal experience. Uh, Over in Marietta, there was this place called the Anchorage. It's this
Uh-huh.
beautiful house. And I have seizures, so we had tickets and everything. I had a grandma seizure, but
Oh,
still wanted to go, so we went. And I saw a face in the window, pure daylight, and it, but the house, a lot of people got a lot of experiences there. And then I know my one dream location is Gettysburg.
we have been there. Well, I was going to say 7 times, but I think it's been more than that. We're like 3 hours from Gettysburg, and we go often.
Oh, I'm a history buff, so I like the history and the paranormal, and that's the both worlds.
Yeah, I recommend Gettysburg as well. It's amazing. Amazing place. Yeah. That's another question I was going to ask you is your bucket list. So you said Gettysburg. Some other places that you want to go to, desire to go to someday?
Stanley Hotel,
Hmm?
Stephen King's The Shining. I want to stay in his room that he stayed in. I'd love to go to the Queen Mary.
Oh, yeah. Yes. So you have your Project Fear shirt on. I guess you just
I
watched
do,
them on the Queen Mary.
I've been a fan since they were short films one, two, three,
Oh wow.
and it to the point I got uh their symbol is a duck, so I got the duck
Hmm.
tattooed on me,
Oh my.
and then I made that poster and had it signed by all of them.
Wow. That's really cool. Deborah would like to know what was the last location you investigated, and do you want to know the history of the location before you step into it?
The last location was Penhurst. So, and yes and no. I like to know just a tiny bit, but then just to see if I can get the overall history. But I just know a lot of what happened at the asylum kind of like happened to all of them, a lot of the asylums, and just what awful treatment happened there.
Yes, yes, for sure. It was terrible. We were also just at Penhurst, 3 or 4 weeks ago. I can't remember now. Amazing, amazing place for
Yeah,
sure,
that
for
was my
sure.
birthday gift from my mom.
Well, that's a good mom.
We
Mom, my
drove,
birthday's
oh,
in June. If you want to,
mine is too,
June what?
17th.
Oh, mine's the 4th. And you got the ghost hunt with Dakota and Chelsea?
Yeah,
What?
yeah. So that was one thing of my bucket list checked off, and it was the
Wow.
best thing. So I made them art. I had a diamond painting of all of them,
That's awesome.
and then friendship bracelets.
That's awesome. And so they are really nice.
Oh, they're amazing. Probably the nicest people you'll ever meet.
I've
Down to
I've
earth.
definitely I've definitely heard that before. So this one wants to know, have you ever been touched at Tala? I'm curious.
I haven't, but my mom has. It no no one was near her, so it's still
Yeah,
like what happened?
yeah. Ever wants to, did you ever think of starting your own team?
I'd love to, honestly. I'd honestly love to. The tactic, it would just be like me and my mom. I want to name our ghost hunting team White Trash because our last name is White.
Oh my. Uh, that's funny.
And just
Is if you could go anywhere in the world, overseas, is there anything overseas that you'd ever want to
Dracula's
go to?
Castle.
Dracula's castle?
Yeah, that
Mine is
that's
the ancient Ram Inn. That's
oh
the place I
I've
want to
heard
go
that's
to.
really haunted.
Yeah, that's where I want to go to. And maybe someday. I'm not saying never, but maybe someday.
Yeah, I've loved the paranormal since I was little and just been interested in it and in history, everything to the point uh probably maybe in October might be October or somewhere around in there. Go to the lunatic asylum for a little Christmas before Christmas for to get a ghost hunt
Yeah.
of the main building.
Well, you guys are cranking on the questions. Thank you so much. I love questions from the audience. Have you ever been overtaken by a spirit?
Depends on overtake, like the feeling of them, because if so, then definitely to the point that it's felt like I've almost had a seizure come on, and just to the point that I've puked and got sick, and it, but to the point that something was taken over me, like taken over my body now.
So we were just at a location a couple months ago in Ohio called the Great Kreitz Octagon House, and it is the coolest place. I've been there I've investigated there 8 or 9 times. We've been there many times. Um, and this one night, it was a really odd night, but I was choked by a spirit, almost choked out by a spirit. Um, and that was my one thing that I was like, it didn't even hit me till it was over that what was happening and how serious it could have been.
Your
But
cat ball's going off.
oh, there we go. There's Luann. Um, but I'm so stubborn I didn't even realize the seriousness of it. And Mom wants to know, did you tell us about Grandpa yet? And you
When I
kind of did, yeah,
Yeah, when I saw my mom's dad when I was 7 or 8, and
yeah,
I described everything clear down from what he was wearing into the casket, from
yeah.
shoes, the tux, and everything. I didn't even go to the funeral. I don't even remember him.
That's crazy. Thank you, Luann. I appreciate you doing that. Feel free to do it as much as you want. She's pretty new to me, so she's still getting used to things here. So Deborah wants to know
Uh,
what kind of equipment you have on your bucket list for investigations. Is there anything that you really, really, really want?
the Ovulus.
The Ovulus.
Um, oh, I can't. It's this. I mean, it's this one that speaks out words.
Uh-huh.
It's a handheld thing. I think it's the Ovulus though. But Bell
So
meter.
the millimeter. Yeah. So we have the PS device, the Polterscript that Project Fear uses.
Yeah,
We don't we don't get anything on that, and I call it a $500 paperweight. It's been absolutely disappointing for us um, after spending that much money on it. Um, and not that there's, I mean, people use it all the time, right? And say they have good experiences, but over the last year and maybe we've had it 2 years, we have gotten absolutely nothing on it. And I actually, if you hold it, you get nothing. If you put it down and then pick it back up, it spits out words like crazy. So just moving it will cause it to spit out words. And I don't know if there's something wrong with ours, but it's been absolutely disappointing.
I know there's one piece of equipment I do not want because I would throw it against the door as soon as it went off, and that's the music box.
We have a music box that plays the theme from Halloween with Michael Myers.
That's cool. But I would throw that thing against the wall. That's the most terrifying piece of equipment to me.
Cindy wants to know if you've ever had a spirit that made you take on a different personality.
No,
You know, and how did you get rid of that feeling that you had when you felt like you were being taken over?
I I prayed and was blocking it out and just pretty much kept saying you do not take over me. You do not belong here. Get away from me. I have the power of the Lord, and it went away.
That's excellent. And so mom says we like the Estes method.
Yeah, it's very fun.
Yes, yes. That's also one that I think that people should be more careful with than they are, because it could be very dangerous as well. You have to know the signs of, I'm not just getting words from somebody's near me, and if they're saying things that aren't kind, you should probably get out of there quickly before something happens.
Yeah, I totally agree.
It's a very good tool, but you should limit yourself to about 15 to 20 minutes doing that. at a time. And what is the most clear message you've ever heard from a spirit?
It would have to be when we were at Penhurst at in the basement of the Mayflower, and it said "Get out" because it was in a classroom, and then the hiss it made the hair on the neck stand up. It was so clear because I'd never experienced anything like that, and it was like, please, I hope there's no one. I hope there's someone behind us.
Oh, there was someone behind you.
Oh yeah,
It's not who you expected.
nope.
Deborah wants to know how many years have you been investigating?
I started when I was 16 and I'm 29 now,
Okay.
so quite a while.
Yeah. You've been doing it a little while.
Yeah, just trying to but just, I guess personally, I like the lunatic asylum more, not only because, I guess, family, but just the history and the more that knowledge is coming out and the more, like, about Dean, like, where a bid post was posted right here and these people jumped on it to the point he cracked his skull and he died.
Yeah. Look at you, Donna, coming up with questions. I love it. Are there any places that you would never go to? Not because you can't. You just like, nope, I'm never going to go there.
Um, oh, I clown hotel. That's a no
On
because
a
I'm
hotel.
terrified of clowns. Would not go there.
That
Nope.
is a very common answer, believe it or not. That is a very common answer. So
Uh,
my dream trip, vacation, paranormal trip is to go to Nevada, to go to Tonopah, hit the graveyard, hit the Clown Motel, go out to Virginia City, to hit the Washoe Club, hit the Goldfield Hotel. I want to do it all, and if it's there, I want to hit it.
yeah, like I will gladly stay in an abandoned mining town and while
Well,
people go explore the clown hotel. I will gladly stay in a room full where there's people been dead or in a morgue. Clowns, nope. I'm terrified of them.
How do you feel about graveyards?
I love them. We Parkersburg has one. You'd have to look up the history. It's a really old one called the Weeping Willow. There's a statue there, and it's the person's related to Andrew Jackson. And they say that if you go there with bad intentions, you not only does the statue supposedly follow you, like the spirit does, but could possibly kill you.
Okay.
But if you go there with good intentions and leave gifts like, say, a coin or jewelry or something like that, she protects you. So, and like I said, I want to go to Gettysburg and go to this like a cemetery in like Weston at their cemetery from the hospital and Moundsville Cemetery. Like if I was offered $1 million to clean a graveyard, I would be happy to. Give me the money, let me play some of my music, or give me some equipment. I would have people to talk to all night.
Deborah says the Con Motel is on her bucket list.
Have fun. Nope.
And she wants to know, have you ever been to a location that wigged you out and you decided you would not go back?
No. I mean, just probably Red Cell probably just creeped me out the most because of what he it was associated with, but paranormal wise, no.
That's fair. Let's see. Any places on the West Coast you would really love to go to, both of you? So go
Oh,
ahead. You tell me.
I want to go to Tombstone. Tombstone, Tombstone, like you said, Washoe Club, take me to all those places, but
Mhm.
I'll just go go to the historical, like the old mining town, the old gold towns.
Yeah. Yeah, I definitely want to do Vegas, Las Vegas, not Las Vegas, but
Oh,
Nevada,
that would be fun.
and I want to go to. And I know I'll never do a paranormal investigation there, but I want to go to those Sarah Winchester house, even if it's
Oh,
only to take the tour and walk through it. I'm so fascinated by that house that I would absolutely love to go there. I'd love to investigate, but I'll never be able to afford that
yeah,
unless
me.
somebody like Project Fear says, "Hey, you can come with us." Then yeah,
Yeah, that's
okay.
be the only way. Because usually, if I find a location, it's like, oh, like the Bel Air house. Wanted to go, and uh, I'll tell my mom, be like, oh, I found a paranormal place to go to. She'll be like, where? And I'll tell her, like, oh, nope, we're too poor for that.
Well, I'll tell you that the Ross house is right up the street from the Bel Air house. It's a nicer house and it's less money.
I will definitely look it up.
Nothing against the Bel Air house.
Yeah, nothing against it. It's just
I mean, I've been there
five
three
hundred
times.
dollars a person. Mm,
Now it's not $500 a person. It's not that much. I think it's $500 a night. I think you can have up to 5 people or something like that. But the Ross house is cheaper, and it's just right up the street. It takes you 5 minutes to walk there.
and
There-
the lunatic asylum just put on a new thing. If I'm correct, it's $80 a person, and it's like a 4 hour thing.
Hmm, awesome. Have you ever seen anything thrown, or anything near you?
Yes, that was a book. Pure daylight. Tuberculosis ward. Uh, during the haunted house cleanup. I don't remember the book. I just know it was like one of those cartoons that if it was back in the day with the cartoons, you would see my legs keep on going like that.
Uh, I've had a flashlight thrown at me just a few weeks ago. We got that on camera. It flew about 6 or 8 feet before it crashed right next to me. And we were just at Penhurst, and I was in the basement at Tinicum. And for most of the night, I had little pebbles being thrown at me. And I was standing near a wall, and they were bouncing off the wall and hitting me in the back. And I could hear them going past my ears.
That's
So
crazy.
yes, it definitely happens. Well, mom says she would like to go to Alcatraz,
Yeah, that's another place. That's
and I definitely
Shawshank
would love.
Redemption. No. Oh, Eastern State also, and the Ohio State Reformatory. Love to
So
go.
I can't remember something about Eastern State. Is Eastern State even still? I'm not sure if it's still open or not. We were just talking about that, Deborah. Is it still open? I can't remember. Oh, what's going on with my computer here? Would either of you visit the Island of the Dolls if
No,
given the chance? Yes, I would.
nope.
I have all these dolls.
I'm terrified of
I,
dogs.
I would go. I would go. Absolutely. Yes, Deborah said the Ross House is a total overnight. It's clean and it's air conditioned. You've got heated showers and it's inexpensive. It's a wonderful, wonderful place to go. Um, have spirits ever reached out to you for help?
I've I've seen my uncle. Well, there's this one spirit here at the current apartment I'm living in with my mom, and I called him Nick because that's what he told me his name was. And at first, he scared me really bad. So, uh, didn't trust him for a while. Then got really, really cool and everything. Helped me, just let me talk to him and everything when I wanted someone to talk to. And then one day I was trying to get him to talk and it was like, wasn't there. So it's like, maybe he just needed a friend.
I mean, that's very possible. Very possible. You just have to watch investigating in your home, even if there's a
Yeah.
spirit there, because you're going to open it up to more spirits. So you have to be very, very careful.
Every place we have lived, there has been like a portal or something in my closet.
That is wild. She said Eastern State is still open, but I don't know about paranormal investigations there. I thought we looked into it and they said that they weren't, and maybe it was just that time of the year. I can't remember, but there was something about it that we couldn't get into.
I know the Ohio Reformatory is still open. I think they still
Yeah,
do tours, but you have to book them. They don't. I don't think they do. Just you have to do the private tours and stuff like that.
they do public tours. We've been to we went on a public tour and we did a private. Um, and actually, our public was better than our private.
Really?
Yes, but that's more about logistics than anything else. But we did a public, and there was only about 50 people, and it's so big that you don't really run into people. If you use a spirit box, how many words have you had come through at one time, and where? Do you mean like have you gotten sentences? Because we get lots of sentences all the time. Usually
I
it's not more than 3 or 4 words,
yeah.
but there's been times that we've gotten more.
'Cause at Penhurst, and I don't know if you know where the Candyland is located.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
Uh, got on a spirit box at describing my mom down to the point of her zodiac sign.
Wow. Wow.
So it got
That's
the
that's
color of her hair, her name, and her zodiac sign.
that's pretty darn good. Lots of spirits trick you, and they're like wolves in sheep's clothing. So you have to
Yeah.
be very. Yes, I never. Very few spirits do I trust. Now, the one place I told you, the Octagon House that we go to in Ohio, I know those spirits. They know me. I trust them very much, but mostly no.
Now, I have a question for you.
Sure, fire away.
Do you think Lily, at the stories that you've heard, do you think she's a little girl?
So I'll tell you that every place we go seems to have a little girl. And sometimes it's a little boy, but it's usually a little girl. Um, and typically, I don't believe that they're little kids. Um,
That's
they again usually are, and most of the girls are named Sarah. I'll tell you, if you took 100 places that have little girls, 90 of them will say that their name is Sarah. Um, I don't believe that they are little girls. And a lot of people claim, oh, they're demons. I just think that they're people that want to trick you, or spirits that want to trick you, that want you to think there's something that they're not. And
yes,
then
because
when
I have fell for that.
you let your guard down, they're gonna show you who they are. So Cindy wants to know, how are portals created? Is it the spirits who figure out how to break through the veil? So I think most portals are created by somebody doing something, be it a Ouija board, a
Oh, I
seance,
don't know. I don't mess with
um,
any of that.
and I think it's somebody doing that don't really understand what they're doing, or they really do understand what they're doing and they're doing it on purpose. Um, the accidental ones are people that just screwing around, trying to be funny or whatever. But I don't I don't know if I believe that that a portal could be broken through by a spirit, but I am not the expert on that. That's a really good question. But I think it's people playing with Ouija boards, just doing seances, doing whatever type of uh, whatever you want to call it, whatever you want to call it.
I call it
Um,
kind of like bullying the spirits.
yeah. So Deborah says we don't acknowledge demons, devils, or Satan. Many people throw it out there like it's yesterday's news, but in reality, less than 1% of the world are spirits or any of those. And so, even as our team rule, if you're doing an Estes or a spirit box session or anything, no matter what device you're using or what you're listening to, if you get the word demon, devil, evil, Satan, um, and if Satan comes up, we just tell them we don't believe in Santa. Um, but we don't even typically recognize those words if we're doing a if we're doing an Estes. We just skip over it. We don't give it any power. We don't let the spirits think that we panic by it. We just pass over it. We don't even repeat it. It's just not a it's not something that we choose to recognize. It's not in anybody's best interest to try to communicate like that. And like she said, most of the time it's just a spirit trying to convince you that they're something that they're not. She says, I believe portals are created by people, and it's the investigative technique they use, whether it's a spirit board or mirrors, etc. Somebody meditates on something or conjured, meaning calls up something, the easier it is for them to come through. There are certain times a year, the month, the veil is thinner, so it's easier for spirits, good or bad, to manifest and come through to communicate. Yes, I agree with you. How many times of any kind of equipment malfunction for both of you? Any spikes in rooms, if you have that too?
Uh, I think it was once and it was with equipment and the battery drained. I forget which one it was, but the battery
We,
just completely drained.
we often have batteries drain. Um, we have REM pods that will just be stuck on, that will not turn off, and we have to go shut them off. Um, cameras, sometimes I will film 8 or 10 hours worth of stuff on my camera, and there'll be no audio at the end of the day. And you can see me and hear me test it when I first set it up. Hey, 1, 2, 3, testing, and it works fine. And then all of a sudden the audio's gone. They can definitely manipulate equipment to make it not work properly.
I agree they have
Wonder
the power to take it over.
Wonderstruck Paranormal says, "Hey there, hi Wonderstruck Paranormal. Welcome to the show." Oh shoot! Seance and Ouija boards create portals. That's why they're important to follow rules and protocol during both. Absolutely.
Yep,
Which is why we don't play with them, because we are not masters of them. We are but humans who do not practice that. So we don't
yeah.
mess with them.
I don't I don't either. Now my grandma told me, my dad's mom told me that when she was little, her and her siblings played with one.
And I played with them when I was a kid because it was sold as a game and we used it as a game. We didn't use it as anything else. Um, I pay attention to it. Not all demons have ill intentions, or some are rather helpful. Yes, I agree with that. Mm, I
Sometimes they're the
definitely
ones who can usually give you the best, not only evidence, but some of the best truth.
and help if you
Yeah.
ever need help. That happens a lot at my place. Yeah, we did have some battery drainage at the Ross house for sure. I recently had a battery drain, but I went back to the house and it was full again. So I've had an occurrence that my camera would keep dying and I would swap the battery. And then later, if I put the battery back in it, it's fine. I, I don't know. I don't have the answer for that. They're manipulating stuff. Also, Wonderstruck, I'll tell you this. I've learned the hard way. When we enter a place, we always introduce ourselves. We're not here to harm you. We're here to talk to you. We're here to, communicate with you. We'd appreciate if you did that. Is it okay if we record? Because the times that I didn't ask that, I've had all kinds of issues with my recording equipment. So for me, I always ask, is it okay if I record or if we record?
Yeah, that's a lot of the time that's what I like to do. I always ask for permission.
Should always ask for it. It's being respectful should be the first thing. And oh, you guys are in Pittsburgh. Absolutely. Let us know. We'll meet up for sure. We love meeting new people and we love to collab. Dad and I both have demonic attachments, and we're not evil beings. We are not inherently evil. We actually help many people, and they've helped me many times, many times.
I
Uh,
don't think any demons have honestly attached themselves to me, at least that I know of.
Very rarely will you even run across a demon. It's usually a pissed off spirit. You can run across demons, but it's very rare. What is the coldest temperature at any place you have been, and have there been much activity at the Octagon House? You ever go anywhere cold?
Just, I mean, the only time it's been extremely cold is when we went to, uh, I think it was a lunatic asylum one year, and it was in November. And then, because we wasn't in the main building, we were in the medical, like the other buildings. And then down in my mom's basement where it went from 68 clear down to 0.
We just did Madison Seminary back in January,
Oh, that,
and it was about 8 degrees outside, and it might have been 18 degrees inside. Um, that is too cold for me. I'm too old to be playing in the cold, and I just don't like it. So that's not my thing. But I'll tell you that a lot of my friends say when it's really cold, the spirits are much more active. I do not have proof of that because that night was so cold. We investigated for about 45 minutes, and I went and sat down in the safe space where it was at least warm.
yeah, it, I'm not a big fan of the cold. So
and and has there been
keep
much
in place
activity at
warm.
the Octagon House? The Octagon House, every time I've been there, and I've been there a lot, it is always active. Always active. Um, I know all the spirits. I can tell who I'm talking to when they're communicating with me. It's always active. If you ever get the chance to go to the Octagon House, go. It's incredible, absolutely incredible, and I think it's $200 for 5 people. So
That ain't bad.
it's really it's affordable. The house is cool. There's a lot of work that needs to be done to it, but it's really cool. I unplugged it, but then I plugged it in, but then unplugged it to move the camera. When I turned it on, it was full again. That was a Coalfield Manor. Yeah, that's and so that took care of it. That's wild. We were at Crescent. It says Crescent, but it's Crescent. Not too long ago, we were in the chapel. Someone was doing an Esses, and they actually mentioned that I was live on the responses. And they will do that. They will absolutely do that. Absolutely. Um, we have not been to Waverly Hills. Well, when I say we, I have not been to Waverly Hills. Deborah was to Waverly Hills 20 years ago. I don't know. I don't know when, but and Cindy, Tricia says hi. Yeah, too funny.
Small
And so
world.
Wonderstruck has been to the Ross house. So when I tell you highly recommend, it's a highly recommend for sure.
I'll definitely have to check that out, check into it, and just plug and see how far it is from here.
Yeah, it's an hour from us here in Pittsburgh. Hour, yeah, hour-ish. Maybe a little bit farther. Uh,
I've
the
ne
Ross house is a beautiful house in Bel Air, Ohio. That is very haunted. Check out her website. She said ignore the hours, but we highly recommend it. Here, I've been to the Ross house about 3 times. Cindy will probably remember me because my husband's family is from that area. Oh, you're in Cranberry. Okay. Yeah, we're in Verona. But obviously, we're in Verona, not too far from you guys. I used to work for Full Pint Beer, and our tap room was up there in Wexford. But yeah,
Small world.
you you never and so that's the whole idea behind my podcast is for people to meet people, and we build a community of like-minded people. Um, we are very respectful when we go into places. We do not uh, cause problems. We do not antagonize the spirits. Um, we are very respectful, and everybody used to use the hashtag para unity, and we have moved on to para respect because that is the lowest bar that you can have in this community, and everybody can show respect to each other, to the spirits, to the locations, to the location owners. It's the bare minimum. Show everybody respect, and boy, this community could be a lot better.
Yeah.
And so my goal is to bring as many like-minded people together. Um, we don't sit around talking trash about anybody. Um, we will tell the truth, but we do not talk about other teams. We don't talk about locations. We want to be respectful.
Yeah, that's what
Has
I
anything
believe.
ever followed you home?
Yes.
What happened and what'd you do about it?
Well, 16th birthday at the lunatic asylum. I was a naive beginner paranormal investigator. I was like, oh, if you want some, if you, I told Lily, oh, if you ever need someone, you could always follow me home. Worst idea ever.
Oh, well, she didn't follow you home. You invited her home.
Yeah, and it was like, what? And then doors started opening, and then where the dishes were, the doors started slamming, and it was like, what have I done?
So I will tell you that um, 3 or 4 years ago. We went to the Bel Air house. We were with another team at that point, and it was our first investigation with that other team. And it was probably my first official investigation, right? And we were there, and we were on the second floor. We were standing in one room, and I heard a sound outside. So I stepped outside that room into the hallway. My back was to the steps. And I was like looking down the hallway. I'm like, can you make that noise again? And I was in that hallway for a minute or less. And something very cold came up and touched me on the back of my shoulder. And then it went right through me. And I felt it go through me. And when it happened, I gasped for air and I kind of spun. Well, I almost went down the steps. I walked back into that room, and Deborah grabs me by my arms. She's facing me, and she grabs each hand on my arms. And she's like, what is wrong with you? Oh my God, your left arm is ice cold, and your right arm is sweating. What is going on? And so I didn't really know at the time that something walked through me, but I knew something happened. And I'm like, okay, I need to get outside and calm down. I don't want to freak out with these three women in here. So, hey guys, can we take a break? I held it together and I went outside and I'm kind of freaking out to myself. What the hell just happened? And then slowly over time, things would start happening. And mostly when we were on investigations, I always do the Estes method, right? And about halfway through the Estes method, I would get, ha, 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 hey, boy, I'm going to kill you. And all this stuff would just change, and it happened everywhere we went. And I'm like, this is really weird. What's going on? Well, we met, and I don't even remember who it was, but we met somebody somewhere, and I'm talking to this lady, and she's like, trying to look past me, and she's like, who's that? And I said, who's what? She's like, who's behind you? Looking around, like, ain't nobody behind me. She's like, no, I mean, like, who's behind you? And I'm like, what the hell are you talking about? She's like, can we try something? And I'm like, I'm thinking this lady's a nutcase. I'm like, what? So she pulls out her little pendant. And she's asking questions. Well, I picked up a follower, and he told me that he told her, he didn't tell me, he told her that he knew me from another life. Okay, I don't even know if I believe in reincarnation and other lives and any of that. I don't know. So right there, I'm again thinking this lady's a nutcase. And she says, he can hurt you, but he chooses not to, and he won't. And you have to take him somewhere. And I'm like, okay, where am I going to take him? And she's like, nope, that's not how it works. He's not going to tell you where to take him. You just have to take him where he wants to go. So for 18 months, I had this follower, uh, always around me. Sometimes would whisper in my ear. Sometimes would just try to annoy me, whatever. Always interrupted our Estes sessions. And we went to the Ohio State Reformatory, I believe it was last summer, last August. And as we were leaving, we were headed toward the car, and I just felt the weight of the world lift off my shoulders. And I didn't know I felt anything like that, but I felt brand new. And I said, oh my God, it's gone. And Deb said, what's gone? The car? Somebody stole the car? And I'm like, no, the car's right there. The car's okay. The follower, he's gone. I don't feel anything. I feel, so much better now. And so I was very relieved that happened. But I don't wish that on anybody. And it was kind of creepy. And we probably didn't protect ourselves the way we needed to that night. I've since been back to the Bel Air house twice, and nothing has happened. And we've been back to the Ohio State Reformatory which was where I was more concerned about going because if he was there, would he want to ride somewhere else? And I was not about that. But knock on wood, no issues since.
I know whenever I'll be here by myself, I won't have the TV on or anything, and I'll hear something say my name, and I turn around and there's no one there, and it's like maybe I'm just hearing things, and I'll just go on, and then it happens again, and it's like, okay, no one's here, and I know I'm not that crazy, so I guess that they just come and go as the spirits come and go as they please, and just like try to get to me and maybe try and talk or something. I don't know.
So only have one question for this comment is why do you have snacks left over to take home after investigation? There should be no
Exactly.
snacks left.
Exactly.
Other than Dracula's castle, are there any other places out of the country you guys would like to go to?
Probably, I don't know if it's haunted, but it would probably have to be haunted. The Roman Colosseum,
That, it would definitely be a place to go no matter what.
Leap, Left or Leap Castle over in Ireland,
Mhm. Yeah.
Tower of London.
A friend of mine, another podcaster from Trap Souls, just went to England for a week, and uh, some of the teams over there took him to all these different places, and it was really cool. I was very jealous. I would love to do that at some point.
Yeah.
Birthmarks in folklore are scars from how you died in previous life. I don't believe I have any birthmarks.
I have one
So
on my back that's shaped like a car. So
you got hit by a car. I don't know. I don't know. Yeah,
who
I don't
knows?
have any. So I just, I don't know where I stand on that. And somebody as smarter than me would um, have to tell me the answers to that. So before you go into investigation, what do you do to protect yourself?
Uh, like I said, I'll pray. I'll ask uh for good energy. I'll make sure I'll say, please protect me. Make sure nothing follows me home. And then I'll always tell the spirits that say at Moundsville, when I'm finished with this investigation, please stay here and do not follow me. You are not welcome to come along with. You're not welcome to follow me home. You can follow me in here, but as soon as I walk out the doors, you must stay.
Do you wear any type of religious artifact or anything like that? No.
Nope.
So I have a Saint Anthony and I have a cross that I wear 24/7, and I also have what the hell do I have? My brain is not working. Have a Saint. Wow, Deborah Anime, help me out here. Oh my gosh, this is terrible.
Uh, I about just said St. Patrick, but it's not that.
No, it's Saint. Wow. Anyway, I've got a bracelet and I've got a ring. I don't know why I can't. Saint Benedict. Thank you, Deborah. Jeez, I don't know what's wrong with my mind tonight. Yeah, I have a Saint Benedict ring, and it's too small for me, so I wear it with my necklace, and then I have a bracelet, leather bracelet. So yeah, and of course we tell them they can't come with us, and all that actual fun stuff. I heard the catacombs were somewhat disappointing. I'm not catacombs from where, Cindy? I'm not sure.
I
I
think
don't think I've ever.
maybe Paris.
No.
That's the only catacombs I can think of.
I'm sorry. Yes, over. So we have um, it's a group we follow, a girl we follow on Facebook that was just there, and I thought it was cool. I think it would be cool to go there, but I don't know if they got anything interesting or not. Um,
I know in 2020 it was peak COVID, and the catacombs they offered a virtual tour of the whole thing. It was the coolest but creepiest thing. Floors, walls, ceiling, bones, and skulls.
yeah, yeah.
It was amazing.
The only thing on me is Mace. If it's a new team, at least the first time meeting them. I
Good idea.
Cindy, you are a smart woman. I love it. Because you can never be too careful.
No,
Absolutely.
yeah.
You can never be too careful. I yes. The-
Bear spray will also help.
yes, I love it. Oh, you guys, this is awesome. Lots of great questions tonight. They're just rolling in. Wonderstruck, shoot us a message. We'll figure it out. We'll get together, talk about doing something. And it was a pleasure to have you stop in. We definitely
It would.
hook up. Oh, I don't know that. That would be a great question. I'm
I
sure
have
that
no
you
idea.
just can't. I mean,
Yeah, I think
there's
we
a
have
lot of
appointments.
room. There's a lot of room to wander around down there. So I'm sure that there's got to be a time frame that you can be there.
And I think there's like nooks and crannies, like you have to climb, like you have to crawl under stuff and everything like that. I'd honestly have to look up if there's time access because I think you do have to have appointments and so far ahead.
Yeah, I'm sure. I'm sure of that. Absolutely. Okay. Anybody else got any more questions? Because if not, I'm going to start wrapping this up. It has been a long week for me. I get up at 3 o'clock in the 3:30 in the morning to go to work, and this is my third day in a row of after work. I have something to do at the VFW, and then I come home and hurry up and shove my dinner down my throat and jump on a podcast. So I'm going to bed early tonight.
I don't blame you one bit.
I think the catacombs are very limited. It's easy to get lost down there, and there are a lot of caves. Yeah, there's a lot of cave-ins down there. Yes, for sure. For sure. Well, there's Henry
Yep.
Lee. As soon as I'm getting ready to call it a night. Oh, thank you, Cindy. And thank you so much for stopping in. We appreciate it.
I'll be sure to look up your place, Cindy.
Yeah, check out the Ross House. I'm going to tell you, even if you go there and get very minimal evidence, you have a beautiful, clean place to relax and sleep. I'll tell you, it's that alone is worth the price. Henry, we're doing good, and happy birthday to you. I know you had a birthday a couple of weeks ago. Henry Lee has the Gilchrist County Jail down in Florida, and it's a pretty cool spot to go investigate. And he's putting up some cameras in the jail, and some equipment's going to be set up, and you're going to be able to go online and watch the cameras at the location. He's
That's
still working on it, but it's
amazing.
going to be a really cool setup.
That's amazing.
Yes, it's really cool. Thank you, Cindy, for stopping. We're gonna reach out to you. And Cynthia, I don't know if I've told you, but um, your gift has some gifts. This young lady here, her name is Patricia. Molly told me through the spirit box that her name was Patty. I took a picture of her. I looked her up on Google, and her actual name when she was made, her name was Patricia. And so it was crazy. And the whole thing was just wild. And she has been pretty active with her cat Bo as well. She drives Deborah nuts when I'm not home with her cat Bo.
Maybe she just needs someone to talk to.
And that's what I tell Deborah. I said, just talk to her. Just talk to her. But yeah, you're going to be able to subscribe to the Haunted Gilchrist Jail and be able to tune in for virtual investigations, and that's going to be pretty cool. So something to look out for. Hi, Jennifer. We're just getting ready to wrap this up because we've had a great night. We've had a ton of questions, but I'm tired. I really am. We've had a wonderful night. So many questions from people. I've never had this many questions in a podcast before, so that was really cool. Thank you all for participating. And there's 11 people on here now, and never do I have 11 people on at the end. So now I
Oh,
feel like I
wow.
can't really end. I mean, that's really cool. Also, this is going on our YouTube, so it'll be on our YouTube forever, well, until they ban me for something stupid. But and Henry and I swapped shirts, so my shirt's hanging in the jail as well, our Verena Ghost shirt. So that's pretty cool. But yeah,
I hope
guys, thank
someday
you.
we run into each other at a haunted location.
Absolutely could happen. There's no two ways about that. And Emily, I thank you for giving me your time tonight and hanging out.
Anytime.
And I do. I greatly appreciate it. I greatly appreciate everybody that came on and took their time to spend with us tonight. Next week, I'll put it back up here real quick, is only one podcast next week, August 4th, is Emerald Ravens Hollow. They are a paranormal group. They also do some merchandise. I'm not going to tell you what they do. If you want to know beforehand, look it up, give them a peek. But I think it'll be pretty cool. And I don't remember who's coming up after that, but we have two investigations next week and two more the following weekend. So we're going to be busy. I'm cutting back a little bit on the podcast for the rest of the month just to catch a breather. But as always, we will be around. And I appreciate you all so much. And now you should listen to my outro music. It's 1 minute and 49 seconds, but it'll get your blood pumping and make you feel like you have all the energy in the world for the rest of the night. Everybody, thank you again, and I will talk to you all soon.
You're not alone. Midnight signal breaking through the noise. Shadows got a voice. You don't got a choice. We done it.